Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello there to you too.
I
I sound a little different today. There. Forgive me for that. Let me close this for a second. I was just fixing a problem. No. Finally, I think I got it covered. Yeah. Put this here and wait. That was not a proper introduction for my 3D debut. Okay, let me shut down the Conquer Squirrel voice. It does sound like Conquer Squirrel. Hopefully, I think everyone you can hear this, right? Yes, you can. Thank you. Alright.
How's this? Does that sound better? No, I don't do that. Definitely not. This is actually my real voice. I don't do such things. I don't mask my voice. Come on. Give me a second. Alright. There. See? I don't mask my voice. Oh, I can still hear myself. Yeah. Sorry about that. I just needed to shut down some settings and fix some things, but I'm finally here. Yeah. Keep the voice go. Keep the OG voice. This is my OG voice. I think I have it on now. Yeah. Let me check. Last time I made the accident of being muted on the first minute. And my last time I made on my first debut. So I am always checking out that, as some streamers have told me, you will always forget to unmute sometimes. So I'm taking notes. Now you sound like a final boss of a JRPG. You mean with this one right now, or the one that I had before? Okay, sorry, right now. I think I can finally close the voice changer for a second. There we go. Just exiting right there. And keeping a tab open because today is a little bit of a different stream. As you can see, I am in 3D instead of the 2D that most people know before. I want to, I should put some nice background music over here. I think I should do that. Let me open the voice mod application again. That's where I keep some of my music. Now you sound, yeah. You know what? Since you just mentioned the final boss from a JRPG, today I made a really funny post very related to that, and that post was made on Twitter, and I feel like, yeah, and I also put a screenshot of that post on my Facebook as well, because I know that both of you are on my Facebook, on my personal Facebook. I don't even run a page at the moment. I have one, but I need to update it like really bad. Should I open this? Yeah. Put some background music. Probably you can listen to that so well. Also, the chat is very delayed. Oh, okay. The chat in the screen. It's my first time putting the chat on the screen like this. I just need to keep the settings going. Very scuffed, very for a 3D one. It's very scuffed because I opened a new scene on my Streamlabs because that's the one I'm using. I don't use the OBS for now. I'm trying to use the Streamlabs more often, just because I'm trying to fix the settings. But yeah, no, it's just mostly just for recording the episode for tonight. and then I'll fix all those little details. Tonight's episode, it's a little different because I will be reading some voice messages, as you can see on the screen. And those voice messages were from a thread that I created on Facebook, on my personal Facebook. I really didn't put the post anywhere else in public because I thought it would be a little bit overwhelming. That would be way too many messages. So I just kept it simple. Kept it with you guys. You know what? I should get more comfortable. How is this? Yeah, it's a smile for all of you. And that's a big smile. Alright, let me, oh wow, go. Oh, where did I go? Hold on, I think I should just like, hold on. Let me walk over here and now sit down. There. That's a lot better. Yeah. Hands crossed like this. An intellectual. For real. For real, for real. Anyways, one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight is it's just like, yeah, I've always like talk about my VTuber experience. This is why I've been doing these small podcasts, just because I want to share my VTuber experience overall, but also talk about topics of interest. And one of the things that I've been noticing is that I keep calling my streams like podcasts, and for real, I don't think I've ever done an actual like podcast like dedicated notes. And I'm gonna take a good page from a very good friend of mine, and they used to run a podcast, and I got some tips from them. And yeah, I guess I should do that. First of all, I think the first thing that I should be doing in these podcast style episodes, because I run them from around 1 hour to 2 hours, and this is my third. So first thing I'm going to be doing is a little bit of housekeeping. And the housekeeping that I'm going to be doing today is about my channels. Currently, as you can see, I've only been streaming here on Facebook. And Facebook on YouTube. What I mean is YouTube. On YouTube, I'm doing the streams on every Sunday, and just now I opened a second channel that it has my same name as Saint Cisco, but additional I added Francisco Isekai Part-Timer. That new channel, it's only for like VODs, and the VODs is those are documented streams from my Twitch. I'm also starting to stream on Twitch. I'm streaming like randomly through the week. I don't really have a schedule because I've been doing so much during the week that I can't keep up with a schedule. But yeah, the Twitch streams are not really like planned. It's mostly like just me playing games and talking about random stuff. I think I was trying to catch up with my Genshin Impact and just doing stuff like that because I was very behind on that. And yeah, that's part of the housekeeping that I wanted to do. And additional to that, follow my my social medias. If you're not following my Twitter, I would really appreciate a follow on Twitter. I'm trying to grow there a little bit more. I've been doing good on YouTube. I've been getting subscribers like every day, at least one at a time. I am like over the 850 mark already. So Sane calls it Sane Life's News. Yeah, at the moment I don't. I was thinking of changing the name of the IN-SAIN podcast because it may be insensitive. I asked that question on my Facebook. I asked, "Is that word insensitive?" And I said, and most people told me, "Well, it depends on the context. Are you insulting someone?" Just myself. I guess I'm insane. Yeah, get it? It's a pun. It fits. I'll leave it there. You know what I just noticed? That on my background I have a chair, but I'm not sitting on any chair right now. I'm pretending to be chair. So let me just say, I should add a chair like behind my character. That's something that I noticed. If I have the 2D VTuber, it comes with all those accessories, so that'll be pretty nice. But I've been trying to get myself used to do them in the 3D. I'm still managing this. I'm using 3Teen. I think you asked me about that, Logan the Demigod. You asked me on like a few minutes ago, literally. You asked me on Discord, are you using the 3Teen for the 3D VTuber? And your answer is yes. I used to use the 3D Vtuber before, but it looked a little bit scuffed. So this time I just like changed it to this new upgraded model. I like it. I like this one. Are you gonna make a Discord group? I'll probably become an admin for you. Well, at the moment, I got so much to handle that I don't know if opening a Discord would be a nice move. Because I'm keeping up with other Discords is already pretty hard, and keeping up with so much stuff that I've been trying to do, and just I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to handle that much. I've always been like looking at tips of what to do to improve my social media interaction. And yeah, I've been told, open a Discord. I've been told a couple of times, but I'm not that popular. I'm not that big. And I don't think I deserve such a thing yet. I think it's best to just leave it to Twitter. I have my open DMs there. If someone wants to message me, they can just openly message me right there. Or right here on the comment sections on YouTube. I think it's pretty good. When I get stuff like fan art or pictures that people just give to me about my VTuber or stuff that I like, I usually just put them on my Facebook, and I share them as much as possible in my Twitter. Oh, if you saw my new Twitter profile picture, I should put that picture right here. Let me see if I can update that. Hello Streamlabs, please cooperate with me. I know that I'm live, but I would like to add a source image for the beautiful people here to see. I'll just call it image. Let me just browse right here. Frankie Art and Photos. Please tell me that I saved it. Hello, I'm looking for it right now. Gifted art. Here we go. Yay! Look at this beautiful little little creature right here. It's Small Sane. It's like an artwork dedicated by a good friend of mine. It's on Facebook, and their name is Yakisoba. I don't remember their last name. I don't think they have any last names on Facebook, because that's the only social media that I know them for. But yeah, this Small Sane, it was gifted to me. I made my own version, but I like this one a lot more. I like the little details that, just the big hoodie really fits to the comedic act. I just put a what was it called? Yeah, recently I put a video on my channel, on my YouTube, and thanks to you, Logan, I made that video because I saw that you had an introduction video on your Twitch, and that's something that I haven't done yet. And I made an introduction video on my YouTube, so for anyone who wants to watch that, it's just me talking about my quick experience on, beginning my channel. Because I already had a YouTube channel for a lot of years, but I kind of wiped that all out and decided to start this year. At the beginning of the year, I was doing small parody videos, like the one with the plushie, and then as soon as I got the VTuber, it's like, yeah, it's all about the VTuber, baby. I need to upgrade. I need to put as much videos about my VTuber as much as I can. Yeah, that's been a really fun experience. And now I have the 3D one, and it's like, oh my god, the gates are open. I want to do so much with this. Yeah, that's what I've been doing lately. Just trying to expand my brand, expand my character. And speaking of brand, I would like to say that today's video's partner is DUBBY, the energy drink. You can use code SANECISCO to save 10% off on your order. Information is in the description. Yes, that's a thing. I should be using that with more charismatic. That's actually, something that I've been trying to catch up on. This is only my third podcast, but I'm trying to organize all those things little by little. Anyways, I think that's the housekeeping material for now. I wanted to get into the nitty-gritty of the action. And before I continue, I can mention I use a lot of tips from a good friends of mine that used to run a podcast, and their name was name is, because I still have all those episodes. The name is the Thought Patrol. Sounds funny because of the word thought, but it's not the one. It's not the word you're thinking about. It's actually the brain thought. The Thought Patrol. I hope I'm saying that. I have problems saying the TH sound. TH sound is not my good friend. As a Spanish speaker, I usually say the D instead of the TH. But yeah, the Top Patrol, the podcast, it's a variety content, and they have the streaming channel on Twitch as well. They've been so great about teaching me with the podcast stuff. The main hosts of that podcast are called Kyle and Sean. Yeah, I've been listening to them. I've been listening to them for over a year. They have like over 200 episodes, and yeah, it's very fun time. Find them on Discord. They're very active in there. Sponsor, yeah, yeah. Oh, the chat is very delayed tonight. Super delayed, but that's okay. I'm trying to see if I can find a good format for me to record these, so I can use the audio form and upload it to Spotify. That's something that I've been wanting to try. Is this year for me? It's all about trying new stuff, and stuff that I've been doing is like, before I get into that too, I like to talk about a little bit about myself too. I have a note right here of things that I want to talk about today. It's the usual, just the anime and the gaming news that just caught my interest. But I usually start talking about myself. How are you guys doing, by the way? You can always leave those comments if you're watching this live, or if you're watching the VOD version, the recorded version. You can always leave those comments below in this YouTube channel. Yeah. So this week I was trying to create music. I was using a program. Let me see what's the name of that program. It's called Cakewalk. Cakewalk is a software that you can use to create your own music. You can record your own voice, record your own guitar. And I've never been much of a musician, but on my introduction video, it said that I've always wanted to play music. And that's something that I can probably start doing, because I want to check it off my bucket list. I know that word sounds a little dark, but the word I think it's a very accurate word. I want to check my stuff that I've been wanting to do all my life, and starting a podcast is one of them. Even if it's not successful, I can probably check and mark and say, oh yeah, I did it. It's all about, this year is all about doing your goals. I have the Vtuber, that's a goal. I have my podcast, that's a goal. Creating my own music is next, baby. I will do that. I definitely will do that. And when it comes to music, I don't know much about singing. I never sang my entire life. I can't sing to save my life. I don't have the most beautiful voice, but I've been looking into it. I've been practicing in quietly. Yeah, I will do such thing. I want to start practicing how to sing on my own private things, and I'm not gonna say much about that because I don't want to keep it as a permanent thing. Who knows if I'm ever gonna do that. IN-SAIN, will you ever get into retro gaming? Oh, I know you're a big retro gaming fan. You love to do that. I've seen your podcast already. I mean, your streams. I've seen your streams already. I would love to. I would love to start playing my retro games. I have a bunch that I would like to finish. I have a bunch that I would like to replay. And speaking of retro games, during last week, I finally started playing Mega Man X, which was a game gifted to me on Steam by someone on Facebook. They were very generous to gift me the entire Mega Man collection. And I played the Mega Man X game on my YouTube channel instead of my Twitch, because I knew that Mega Man was such a short game, Mega Man X. And those were the 2 most wonderful hours that I ever had last week. Oh my god. I enjoyed it so much. It was so fun. Because Mega Man X is a game that I know is very dear to my heart, and I know everything about it. I play it. I used to play it so much, and I even started doing some mini challenges to myself just to bring some more enjoyment out of the game. And it was so good. I really loved it. And I can tell you that streamer brain is a real thing. Streamer brain, as I want to define it, is when you're trying to stream and be engaging, and at the same time playing a video game, things just become extra more difficult. Like super more difficult. Streamer brain is real. Like I can understand why some YouTube gamers are like a little bad, like the Game Grumps. I used to make fun of them, but I was like, okay, now I was talking too much shit about them, and now I'm going through that same thing too. I see it. You see it all the time. Like, you know, if I play offline, some tasks are like, oh yeah, I can do this in seconds. I can defeat this boss in like in a minute. But when I'm playing online, when I'm playing on stream, it just becomes a little bit difficult trying to interact with everything, multitasking. Mega Man X4 is good. Yes, I would love to play Mega Man X. I would honestly love to jump from Mega Man X to Mega Man X4, but I would really like to play them all in order. I owe it to this person. I really owe. I want to do that. I want to play X2, X3, and X4. X2 is one that I've only played like a handful of times, because I really didn't own the game on SNS. I only played it rented, and then I played it on the emulator like once or twice. That's about it. I can tell you that the old Mega Man, like the NES version of the Mega Man, like Mega Man 1 to Mega Man 6, and the ones that are remake, I play those a bunch. I can play those a lot but better than X. I mean, at least better than X2 and X3. Yeah, I would like to do that, but I think that's enough about that. Let's continue with the rest. If we talk about retro gaming, you can catch me talking about it for hours. Like super for hours. That's my thing. I'm more of a retro gamer than a modern gamer. And speaking of that, I would like to change to the next section. Let me change the music so I can do that. What's this? Yeah. Alright. Small SAIN, please move out of the way so I can add more space to the screen. You can stay right here, Small SAIN. I'll have you animated soon. I'll have you spinning around the screen and being chaotic. For now, you stay right there. Same here. I'm a PS1 player. Yeah, I saw that right now. Oh, actually, Small SAIN is covering the chat. Small SAIN, where am I gonna keep you? On the ceiling? On the floor? Stay right there, next to my dear hands. Got it. All right, so basically, just to cover up quickly, because this week there wasn't that many news. Like last week, it was about summer games. They were talking about like the replacement for E3, and there wasn't that much. There was some great news, but it's not like that much, like that big news. So there was no Nintendo Direct. A lot of people were expecting a Nintendo Direct. I would really like to see one, just because Nintendo news are always hype for some reason, even if the quality is not to all the company standard. I love Nintendo. I'm biased. Nintendo's my favorite out of the big three. But they did say some news about some games, like Splatoon 3 had some big updates. They showcase the new Octolings. They're fussy. They look weird. They look hairy, because the game is all about the evolution of the squids. So it's called, I think, Return of the Mammalian. I think hopefully I'm saying that right. My English is being scuffed again. But yeah, that was the Nintendo news that I can remember off the top of my head. More importantly, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 coming in a near future, hopefully. But even more important, Final Fantasy Crisis Core Remake. That was like the highlight of this week. Oh my god, yes. Final Fantasy Crisis Core, very important game to the franchise. Final Fantasy VII being one of the most popular Final Fantasy games, and now having this amazing game that used to be only for PSP, it's finally coming to the, in all its glory in HD. And it was already very good. It was a very beautiful game. It made me cry like crazy. Oh my god, I can still remember the ending song. Every time I'm getting shivers. The hairs on my arm are tingling for just remembering the ending of Crisis Core. We already knew preemptively what was going to be the ending, because it's obviously, spoiler alert, the story of Crisis Core is about Zack, the OG Cloud, and it's about the entire career of that guy and how it ends. Zack, we already know that playing Final Fantasy, the original game, that Zack is a character who lost his life protecting his dear friend Cloud, the main character of Final Fantasy VII. And man, it's just like, even if you know about it, it still makes you cry. It makes you shiver with all the sound, epic ending, fun story game. I hope they do it justice on that remake. I know the gameplay is a little weird because it's kind of like an action RPG, and it has this gambling mechanic. Because again, it's not like gambling like a gacha. It has like a slot machine for some reason when you're fighting. Square Enix likes to be creative with their gameplay, and it's like they just like to be like super extra. I remember that era of RPG games. They love to be quirky, super quirky. It couldn't just be turn-based. It couldn't just be a hack and slash. It needs to have some wacky mechanic in there for some stupid reason. And it was okay. It was entertaining, but it was so... It broke the immersion for me sometimes. Like suddenly, oh, I'm doing a combo with the sword, and then suddenly, oh, slot machine. you gotta hit the buttons and maybe get a random boost. Yeah, RPG games are weird. Sometimes they try to be a little extra. The companies who make RPG games usually they think that here's a hot take, because can I call this a hot take? Yeah, I can call it a hot take because I remember recently the release of Octopath Traveler in this recent modern gaming era. Square had no faith in Octopath Traveler. They just made it to please some fans. They said, "We're sure, whatever. We'll give you turn-based combat. We could have made this game 3D and beautiful, and we could have made this game about modern stuff." But then went pure classic, and it was pure good. Octopath Traveler is such an amazing game, except for the story. The story is a little weak, but the game, everything about the game is like a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 music, 10 out of 10 combat, 10 out of 10 characters. Sadly, unfortunately, the story is just like chopped up into so many small pieces that you can't really enjoy it all that much, but it's worth the experience. If you're someone who just loves retro gaming but want to play a modern game about retro gaming that are RPGs, Octopath Traveler, so good. You can find that on PC, I think, right now, but I got it for the Nintendo Switch when it was new. Amazing game. For real. I think that covers the gaming news. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And just for anime news, there's a bunch that I talked about last week already. So much they haven't changed that much. For gaming news here that I have noted is a IN-SAIN ending. IN-SAIN just finished 12 episodes. Very, very wholesome show. I was satisfied with the ending. It's a good show. It begins and it ends. That's important because some animes that throw you a loop that they're gonna be continuing probably later. No, this one is just straight up. Yeah, it's all about the relationship of the two students, and it was satisfying. It's a cute, wholesome anime. A little slow pace for people who like fast-paced anime. And speaking of other anime ending, Kaguya-sama, I feel like it's gonna end this next week. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Ultra Romantic. That's the name of this new season. I think the last episode is gonna be the last one. I think. Don't hold me accountable to it. Very good. Oh my god. I can't say it enough. Kaguya-sama for a romance anime, rom-com, it's amazing. It really like engaged me so much that I found myself replaying some episodes just to catch all the references. From beginning to end, I replay the first two seasons, and season 3 it's been so good. I felt like the animation was like a little bit budget, but no, apparently I was mistaken. I take it back. If I said that criticism in that social media, I'll take it back. It was good. It is how it was, and I don't want to spoil so much. It's so good. You should watch it if you love deep comedy about relationships. But this one has a bit of a twist because it feels like it has like it's like it has a comedic twist about Death Note, because the characters are overthinking every move to the last percentage. And the finale is just gonna be like, oh my god, what are these two guys thinking about? I can't get enough of the president. I can get it about Chika. All the characters are so good. The opening song is still engraved in my mind. It's forever a memorable anime. Can I say it? Probably subjectively, I think Kaguya-sama is a 10 out of 10 for me. I will say that subjectively. Objectively, it's a 8, 9 out of 10. It's just another rom-com for some people. Oh, hi, Des. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, I gotta get used to people pumping up like that, but yeah, thank you for hopping in. Currently covering the anime news, and yeah, I'm almost done with that. Speaking about animes that are a little old, not new, I started watching Gabrielle's Dropout. It was about damn time that I started watching that anime. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so hilarious. I don't know why I didn't watch this sooner. I really love shows like this. I love Machikado. I said that last week, and I love the what's the other called? Oh, Yahisama. It was pretty okay. It was a little slow too, but Gabriel's Dropout. Oh my god, it's a show that it's just like it has so much in it that it's so good. And I just to say this, I've never seen a character I've never seen a character take over the main character so strongly. Like I'm talking about the one of the main characters of the show is called Satania. Satania is hilarious. Everything she has like 2 brain cells. she's got some problems with her personality, but she's so funny. And the main character of this show is Gabrielle, is the angel. But Satania is like way better. Like I wish the show was more about her. Gabrielle is like the quirky character that's all about, hey, I'm a weeb. I hate everything. I'm a shutting. I'm a practically almost like hikikomori. She can be active, but she doesn't qualify to be a hikikomori. Hikikomori, it's a very serious condition. It's a very serious condition. It's very infamous in Japan. Hikikomori is very real, and it's about it's all about hikikomori is about shut-ins. Shut-ins is the word used to describe people who stay in their houses playing games all day, not trying to contribute in society. They're trying to avoid it because of some fear. Yeah, it's like a mental condition. Gabrielle, she used to be an angel, and then when she fell to Earth, her job on Earth was to be an ordinary human and try to help humanity. But then she discovered the joys of being a weeb and the joys of playing MMO and gacha, and then she just like got absorbed so hard into that. So it's kind of an interesting plot when it comes to that. It's just like the realization that you're working too hard, and then you no longer want to work hard. Now you just want to game. That happens a lot in society. I understand that feeling. Every time that I'm working, I feel like I'm missing out. I get FOMO. FOMO is the fear of missing out. That's a very serious condition, because we all want to be enjoying what everybody else is enjoying. We watch a lot of streamers do it. In this day and age of gaming, we tend to absorb ourselves watching others play games than playing it ourselves. And we're still fans. We're valid fans. I'm not gonna say, oh, you're not a fan if you don't play the video game. You're still definitely a fan if you enjoy it from a distance, because not everybody has the money, not everybody has the access to them, not everybody has a decent PC so they can play all the games in emulation. Because I understand the struggle very much. It wasn't until last year that I got my first gaming PC. It was a pre-built. People gave me a lot of shit for it. They say, oh, built it. No way. I got a discount on this one. And it's a good deal. And it's been so helpful. Right now it's haunting me because it sounds like an airplane. I'll post an audio clip about it. Maybe someone in my Facebook can help me with that. my gaming PC started to become a potato. It's not slow by any means, and it's not hot. I checked the temperature, but it's it's just making a lot of noise. I was like, maybe I should clean that dusty fan. That dog running away with the melon bread. Yeah, that's a very good funny detail in the series. Anyways, continuing with anime news. In the title of this podcast, I wrote, "One Piece is ending?" ? Yeah, apparently there's been hints that from the creator of from Oda, the creator of One Piece, that One Piece is finally near its end. It's like we're already there in like the last deadline, because something huge happened in the anime. Luffy got this awesome transformation, And yeah, Luffy is like transcending levels of Super Saiyan and transforming levels of like Naruto Nine Tails Beast style. He's a completely different being. He looks so wacky and so funny. I started One Piece last year, and I had a feeling that it was a good lead. So when I started last year, I started watching it on Netflix, and then when I ran out of Netflix, then I used other means, of course. I heard that you can bypass that by Netflix with a VPN, etc., etc. Not gonna be. I'm not sure. I think you can watch it also watching Crunchyroll. Huh. Yeah, okay. So anyways, other than that, One Piece, yeah, Yamato. How about that Yamato? That sexy Yamato. Yamato, by the way, if you don't know who she is the lady with the big boobas. she's the horn. She has horns. She's got long white hair, and there's been a lot of rumors about her identity or her origins. But everything is respectful and valid. Just gonna leave it at that. It's mostly a rumor. They hint about it so much. Like they say that Yamato might be a trans female. That's dope. Yeah, One Piece has a history of like having a lot of people go for the blood and neck of One Piece because it has some odd representation in the past. Because it's a lot of it like very comedic or very derogatory, if that's correct. But from the 500 episodes that I watched, I understand it now. I have no regrets. Starting One Piece was probably one of the best decisions that I've ever done in my life. It's so good. I can understand the hype for it. It brought me back the magic of watching shonen anime. I haven't watched a long shonen anime in a while. You can cheat if you want to speedrun One Piece, you can do it by watching it in slightly bigger speed, but not by 2. I watch it in 1.2 speed sometimes. And yeah, I think I mentioned this a lot before, so I'm not gonna go around a lot of I'm not gonna go in circles about that topic. Oof, my throat still feels a little bit funny. Just before the podcast, I was eating a salad, and instead of putting the salmon, I put some chicken nuggets because I felt lazy. From healthy salmon to chicken nuggets. At least I made them in the air fryer. But I added some sriracha to it, and then my throat still feels funny from that. I had some bad hiccups. I was so afraid that I couldn't be able to do the podcast or talk very well in the podcast. Anyways, now that I'm done with the anime news, at least from what I saw, there's a bit more. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I want to get to the nitty-gritty of the episode, which is the activity. And oh yeah, one more topic I forgot. Love salad. I love salad too. I love my leaf. It keeps me hydrated. One topic that I wanted to touch about quickly is my thoughts on Vtuber news channel. Since I'm a Vtuber, I feel like I should talk about that because you notice that I talk about gaming news and anime news because we're all weeps here, probably, hopefully. Huh. Well, this is a thing that some people should be more aware about, I guess. Since the Vtuber community is so huge, like super huge, like everybody these days wants to become a Vtuber in all kinds of ways. They do PNG Vtuber, they do 3D Vtubers, 2D Vtubers. I have a PNG Vtuber practically, you can say, and I have because the 2D is practically a PNG, but it's live 2D. But anyways, the community is so huge that they have their own news channel. And some of these news channel on YouTube, one of the big ones is called False ID. False ID is like this very purple VTuber who he has a 3D model. And there's another one called Hero Hey. That one's a bigger channel. It's really huge. And then there's another kind of channel called Keo. It's like a little bunny man. And those are good channels. They're great people. I have no beef against them, nothing personal. But one thing that I've been noticing is like it's something about the drama that goes on, not just in their news, but in between them. Because apparently, some of them a couple of months ago started getting a little bit over their neck. I think it was a moment of weakness that there was not enough Vtuber news, and then they just started like slandering each other for drama. I don't know if it was. They're great people, but I don't know why for all of a sudden they started doing that. What I think about this channel is I watch them occasionally. Sometimes when I got like something to put in the background, I want to see, hey, what's going on? Like if they say something new about some news about, like for example, what happened with Roshia from Hololive, and they got a good insight on that, or what happened with Iron Mouse, that she was doing the subathon and there was a lot of eyes around her, so I always kept up to date using those medias, and it was great. But usually the personal thoughts, it's someone made a comparison saying that False ID had that Keemstar vibe, and oh my god, I can't really get into Keemstar anymore. I used to watch his videos, but he did something that I didn't really agree on. And it's like, yeah, this is too much. I'm not into that type of dark content. I just keep it at that. It's too much. Plus, he did so many bad things as well with other people. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, my thoughts on drama channels with VTubers. They're interesting. If you like spicy stuff, then watch their content. It's pretty good. That's the general aspect of it. Anyways, now finally to today's last activity that I wanted to do. It was about a thread that I made on Facebook, and I want to be here listening to all those voice messages. Let me lower the music in the podcast here, because I wanna listen to that carefully. So for these voice messages, I'll be using the correct method, the only correct method to listen to them. Hold up. Pulling up the program. It's active. It's live. Hello, secretary. Can you hand me the phone? I need to listen to at least 10 voice messages that I have here. Oh my god, I got so many comments. I'm very grateful for everybody on Facebook who really participated on an action like this. I hope I do it justice. So I wrote in my title that I was gonna be talking about something that says, "Oh yeah, positivity is overrated." And I heard that statement and I said, "Wow, really?" Because I saw that in the I saw that comment like that in on Twitter, and I was like, "Well, you really have to rely on negativity to be relevant these days, huh?" You know what? Sure, I'll give you credit on that. Most people like paying attention to stuff that are going wrong, that they're going right. If there's something if everything is right, there's nothing to look at. But if something is wrong, you obviously have to pay attention to it. So, yeah, today I decided that I'm gonna be listening to these voice messages, and these voice messages are about the topic that I chose on my Facebook was about what media you really enjoyed, like through the truest. And by media, I mean like games, anime, TV shows, etc. It could be about something underrated. It could be something that was popular. It could be something that was not popular, but you actually legitimately enjoy it. For example, some people were claiming that they love Fortnite lately because of the no build mode. I just wanted some positivity here. You know what? I promise you that I'll bring the negativity. I'll bring the chaos next time. I'm gonna be doing these voice messages in the future if I do it some justice. I need to find a very good format for this and a comfortable one. So let's listen. No more delays. So here's the first message. Let me raise the volume on the stream. Okay, let me be quiet. Music, please stop for a second. First message.
How about me enjoying your recent outpour of amazing videos that you've been making lately, Saint Cisco?
Ah, thank you. Yeah, the messages are in text-to-speech. I need to find a way to understand these a little bit more. Let me rate, pitch. Okay, that's better. So, thank you. That was not relevant to the topic, but anyways, thank you so much. You talk about what's the most recent output. I go, whoa. How about me enjoying your videos lately? Thank you. I really appreciate that, Ryan. Thank you so much for that. I'll put this in the second window. Now, second message. This one is from Cian Mateo. I am so sorry if I butcher your names. I will try to do it justice. I'm not good at reading names. I was never good at reading names, even when I was a teacher. Students used to make fun of me because of that. Well, yeah. Hopefully, I'll do this justice. Cian Mateo. Cian Mateo? So, what do you have to say?
For me it's just DMC. I can never get tired of the game. Learning new combos and mastering each boss is what keeps me going. I've gotten to the point that the hardest difficulty is just child's play for me now, since the slower the enemies die, the longer I can keep chaining my combos.
Oh god, DMC. Hopefully you all heard that correctly. There's my voicemail is a little weird. Yeah, DMC is very good. I'm DMC. Even the last one was very good. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really finished it. I don't. DMC. I just know about 1, 2, and 3. That's all I can tell you about that. But DMC is such a good game. Oh, you got a question right here. Saying, will you ever do a Q&A? You know what? I will do that. Hopefully for next podcast. I do want to have a Q&A. I did mention on my introduction video that is something that I would like to talk about. Just a little bit about my life, just in general. I have been putting videos on my I have a lot of plans that I will be putting videos in my channel this week. I even want to talk about my condition. I want to make a good video about that too. And my condition has to do with the moya moya that I mentioned. It's not a condition that I see many people talk about because it's such an odd condition, like a really rare disease. And that's something that I'm sorry to bring that up in the middle of like gaming positivity. I'm okay with talking about that openly. Yeah, I'll be doing Q&A and I will do it even live. Right now, I'm just gonna focus on these bits and pieces of positivity that I got. I owe them to these persons. I'm very grateful for all the interaction that I get all across social media. Just the other day, I got one of the nicest comment that I've ever read from a random stranger on Instagram. And you know what? I don't want to downplay my friends or on Facebook. I know they love to pamper me up, say nice comments. I sometimes get the ones the one comment talking about, hey, why are you doing this? Why are you Vtuber? Cringe. But you know what? I like it when random strangers say, wow, I just found your channel. It's super interesting and you're very underrated. Thank you. If you find me, if you really think I'm underrated, please subscribe to my YouTube. Okay, next message is by Jay Rivers. I wonder if I should be saying the full name or should just keep it close to a regular name, just to keep it simple. Yeah, I'm trying to be careful about these things. All right. Got it right here?
I'd say the era of Sonic games from the Dreamcast to the PS3, SA1 and 2, Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, good. So, one of the medias that you last enjoyed was Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Heroes, and Shadow the Hedgehog. For as much shit that people give to Shadow the Hedgehog, it wasn't that bad. It kept the adventure gameplay on it. And I know it's super weird, cringy game because of Shadow being the edgelord that it is, but it wasn't as bad. I found myself trying to complete as many of the routes when I was playing that game back in the PS2. Yeah, that was a really good game that I really enjoy. I can assure you with that. But when it comes to Sonic Adventure 2, I think I put like 500 hours in that game. No joke. Like Sonic Adventure, so freaking good. All right, so. And then this next one is from RJ. RJ, thank you for all the contribution you always do in the chat. Thank you for everything, for real. I really love your comics. I hope you keep them coming. They're amazing. I love the Mega Man Legends comic. If you haven't seen RJ's comic book, you should look at his Twitter. His Twitter is super funny. It's all about Mega Man. I'm also a Mega Man nerd, so we both talk a lot about Mega Man on our DMs. Really, really good. Anyways, what do you got to say for me, RJ?
Ed, Ed and Eddie. Never had cable, so I missed out in its time, but managed to finally see it thanks to HBO Max and instantly fell in love with it.
Aw, that's so cool.
It have right there with Fresh Prince, El Chavo, and the first 10 seasons of The Simpsons as the shows I can watch a million times and I'll still laugh the same. Rolling on the floor laughing.
What the hell? Why did the text-to-speech read that? It was just an emoji, and it read it as rolling on the floor laughing. Yeah, Ed and Eddie, one of the classic shows. So good. It's a masterpiece. A lot of legendary moments in cartoon. Thanks to that show, it inspired so many other cartoons as well. For something so simple, it was so good. And you know what? I never tried HBO Max. I use other mediums. And Fresh Prince, El Chavo. I think you mean El Chavo del Ocho. Did you say El Chavo? That sounds like one of those very druggy shows. But yeah, and the first 10 seasons of The Simpsons. Yeah, The Simpsons is still good. I'm not really used to the new Simpsons format. It's so odd. But it's still funny. It still has its moments. Oh, Streamlabs open. Oh, how do you feel about Resident Evil 4's new remake coming soon? You know what? I'm looking forward to it. Resident Evil 4 is a masterpiece as well. Resident Evil is a... Wow. It's a... What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Resident Evil 4 is so good. It's well deserved. Some people are complaining that they should have picked a different game, but I think Resident Evil deserves it because, you know, it's a game that sold so much. It's a game that it's very iconic, and hopefully more people get to enjoy it. I'm also looking forward to that one. All right, next message here. Oh, what happened here? Message, hello? Are you playing? Control. Oh, there we go. I got it running.
Recently I found out that an aquarium in California does 24/7 live streams of their most popular attractions.
For real?
They have one for jellyfish, otters, and sharks, but for whatever reason my brain has been fixated on the giant crab live stream. They don't do anything half of the time, but there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about those weird long-ass crabs. Long live the crabs. Crab sparkles, what? Crab.
Stop it. This voice message machine reads the emojis. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's so cool. A live stream that plays aquarium. I mean, that's basically a wallpaper. A living wallpaper. Well, screensaver. That's what I was going to say. But yeah, you can watch live streams of aquariums, and you can even see the crabs and all that. You know what? I'll share a small story. I used to look at cats live streams. Literally just cats. But not ordinary live streams. You can actually interact with the cats if you wait on this like online digital line, and then you get some time to play with them. It's so wholesome. If you're really having a bad day, you want to see some cats, they have streams of cats in some websites. You can actually look at the cats or feed them if they're at certain hours. It's very wholesome, really cool. Okay, next message. This one is from Edmond. Edmond, what do you got to say for me?
Legacy of Kain Defiance.
Ooh, Legacy of Kain. Oh my god. That's another retro. It's a. Can I qualify it as a retro? I don't think they had any new interactions lately with the new game. But yeah, Legacy of Kain. I remember playing the Soul Reaver series. I really didn't get into the Legacy of Kain games. I only saw them through a friend because I was chilling out at their house and they played all the Legacy of Kain games. I just watched it secondhanded. That was before YouTube. You used to watch games with friends. And now for me, I was like, well, I feel like I enjoyed the entire experience. I remember the game had a ton of glitches in the cutscenes. Like, they had delayed voices. It was hilarious. But it was so good. one of those edgy vampire games like Devil May Cry. So it's pretty good. If you like Devil May Cry, you'll probably like Legacy of Kain and Soul Reaver. Anyways, next comment. Wow, this one's gigantic. I'm just gonna chop it down because I know you, Agoki. Agoki, you used to be you watch my streams on Twitch very often. So very thankful for this long ass message you left me here. I'm just gonna play the first bit and take it from there.
Yokai Watch. I was burnt out of Pokemon and wanted alternative to it.
So one of the one of the experiences that you had with gaming, it was with Yokai Watch. I played Yokai Watch 1 on the 3DS. I didn't finish it. I had so much going on at that time. I have it right now with being here in the US. But Yokai Watch is actually very underrated here in the West. I'm amazed of how much Yokai Watch exploded in Japan. They used to call it the Pokemon killer. That was short lived, but it's very good. It's very quirky, very awesome Pokemon enjoyment. The gameplay is totally different, but it's so good. You wrote in this long ass message you left me here. You wrote so much about Fantasy Loof, the Ni no Kuni. Oh man, I want to play a Ni no Kuni game. The one that is like a gacha. It's like an MMO kind of. It looks cute as hell. It's just I've been reading so many weird rumors about it that I'm not sure. So I'm not sure how to go about that. But I'll just wait and see how it goes. Because right now I have too much on my hands. I got Genshin Impact that I gotta take care of. Just today I was playing Genshin Impact for like 6 hours trying to catch up with stuff. That's where all my time is going. Damn. I was so late in all the events. And you also wrote here about voice acting for every single one of them. Oh yeah, no, you're talking about the Yokai Watch. Okay, no, thank you so much for that. And let's just speedrun these. Speedrun more messages. What do we talk about here next? And this one is from Rico. Rico, dear good friend of mine from Puerto Rico.
Nier makes my moral compass go wild.
Nier Automata, makes your moral compass go wild. Nier Automata is very good too. I really need to finish it. I just started it like when I bought it and I put it on the shelf. My infinite backlog of games. My God, when am I gonna get to that? I need to finish Xenoblade first. Yeah. So over here, I think this. How many times I've done so far? 10. There's so many comments here. So many. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna continue. I'm just gonna pick and choose because I was trying to avoid reading them. I need a way better format for this. The text to speech sounds funny and all. I hope everybody enjoyed it when they see it in the VOD. But yeah, I appreciate all this interaction. When am I gonna let me just skim through it right here and use my own voice to read these. So because I saw one here, it just banned a bunch of like ooh voices in my comment section. They said, "Oh, something for you to read." What if you? No, and I can't. I'm not reading that. Shake Zula on my Facebook. That's too much. But appreciate it for the comment. I can read it all after the podcast. But I'll just leave it at that. Well, you did say at the end, oh yeah, my real answer. As for media, you're hooked on Destiny 2 and Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, those are very good too. Destiny 2, I never played it myself, only seen a friend play it. I think at that time I was very engaged on Pokemon competitive. Super engaged on that I wasn't able to catch up on all the games that were coming out. That was on the Wii U times. Wow. And Ninja Gaiden. The latest Ninja Gaiden is pretty good too. And one message here that stands out a lot for me, it's from Jose. Jose, this isn't the hot takes episode, but I appreciate the comment. This is the wholesome good takes episode. Like, have a good take, not a hot take. You mentioned here, despite how bad it turned towards the end and the drama around the show, nobody really got a message from Darling and the Franxx, because everybody was simping and thirsting over Zero 2. Well, I understand where you're coming from. I know you love Darling and the Franxx a lot. You always like say it over and over. And yeah, I think Darling and the Franxx is like, it has an odd storytelling. It was just so fast paced. It made no sense. I'm okay with the ending of how it was. It's just the delivery. The delivery was awkward, awkward as hell. It was funny. It was a wild ride for everybody as a community. It was very enjoyed when it was fresh and live. Like everybody couldn't wait to see this episode just to dunk on it. And quickly over here, Sean mentioning, I once read a short story about search endings and became sentient and started a dating site. The only payment to use? Cat pics. What the hell is this? It sounds like a robot wrote this. It straight up sounds like a robot wrote this. But that's kind of cool, I guess. Good for you. Next one from Nico. People make fun of others by saying touch grass, but in reality, getting outside in nature might be what you need to boost your mental state. You know what? I'll give you a point for the positivity. That's an interesting hot take. I would put this in the hot takes episode because touching grass is difficult. You know, when you're inside trying to cuddle up, it's hot outside. The cows are dying from heat stroke on Texas. I see animals trying to find the last drop of water, and when I go outside, it makes my head hurts, and I'm very finicky about that. The bolts on my head they go wire, they go crazy. I can't be outside. Anyways, continuing here with the last one was that the last one? Oh yeah, no, it was a reply. Yeah, I really appreciate all these comments. They really made my day reading them. Just getting so much support from everybody from all directions. Yeah, it's super good. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the episode at that. I am so glad that I was able to do this. I hope everybody enjoys how very nice my 3D character looks. I hope I can edit this character. And with this last note, I want to say that you don't need to be a Vtuber in order to have a character for your own. I recommend this application Vroid. Vroid is so good and it's free. Free. You know, you can create these characters and use them for yourself. You can even use them to talk on Discord. And right now, the current update of Vroid, it's amazing. It looks more user friendly. Because I remember using the old version of Vroid and it was kind of wacky. The models look kind of ugly, but I like this one because it has like that anime feeling to it. I can modify the eyes more easily. I even modify the clothes of my character. Like you see the tie and the skirt, which I will only show you in the pictures. Speaking of pictures, you should look at one of my videos that I made recently about a flan pudding, I may say. It was my 2D character. That was very fun. Lots of people gave me really nice comments about that. It blew up on certain pages. Speaking of blowing up, it's very rare to hit with a good video on different social medias. It's something that I wanted to touch on at the end. I noticed that sometimes I repost the same video on like one on TikTok, one on Instagram Reels, and one on YouTube Shorts. Because that's what I've been doing lately. During the week, you can catch me putting videos about. That's too loud music. Music too loud. As I was saying, potty pun. As I was saying, creating a character, it's like something fun to do. You can do it for yourself, like your own project. Some people ask me like, oh yeah, I want to create a character, but I don't want to be a VTuber. You don't have to be. Just use any method you can. There are a lot of tutorials out there for them. And going back to the social media thing, I noticed how the algorithm affects videos in many different ways in different social medias. It's so funny because sometimes I put a video on TikTok and it gets 1,000 views, and then sometimes I put the same video on Instagram, literally no views, and and then sometimes I put the same video on YouTube and it gets so many views. It just like it goes crazy, and it has happened also the other way around. I put a video on Instagram Reels and it gets ridiculous. Today I made a short video about just how I felt leaving my workplace and being tired, inspired by just the workforce The 9 to 5 grind. That's what I want to call the workforce. And yeah, I put some steam on my head. It was hilarious. The steam coming out of my bolts. So yeah, that video went really crazy on Instagram. But when I put it on TikTok, it's like it's getting momentum. It's been fun experimenting with social media and videos for the past couple of months. It was this year that I decided to, hey, how about you start making content? You always wanted to make all these things. Instead of thinking too much about it, just do it. Just do it. Even if it's scuffed, even if it's like going crazy, just, I want to put this sounds very motivational with this jazzy music. Yeah, just do it, man. I think it's about time you start doing all those things that are unattended. So I highly appreciate all of you for visiting, dropping and saying hi. And this is the last of the this is going when I end today's episode. Thank you so much for interacting with me. If you are still here, then give that video a like, and yeah, I highly appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next Sunday. Goodbye.